stream this Quake stuff. Let's see. Change the name of this. This live stream has the proper name now. There we go. All right. All right, let me go and pop into the game. What is a good map for us to try out? Let's try out Hunted. Oops. Okay. Still has the old title on it. Yeah, hey there. Okay, here we go. Launch the client. So for Hunted, it's a different type of game. The game has 3 teams on it, 2 of which are teammates, essentially. There can be 1 president. President is Hwguy right now. Switch over to screen 2. Okay. So Hwguy is the president. The bodyguards are supposed to protect the president. The bodyguards are red, and then yellow are the assassins. And so the assassins can only be snipers or demomen. Can you be custom? You can be custom. It's alright. I will play as something I should be playing as Shinigami, upgrade the bullets, upgrade the max charge, upgrade the charge speed, upgrade the initial damage. Fully upgraded Shinigami. Look at that. Okay. And the rest of it I will put into speed and a very, very small amount of health. $75 left, not enough for anything. Alright, here we go. So I am supposed to kill the people on team red and team blue. And the team red and team blue people are supposed to escort the toss it on the table. They're supposed to escort the president over to the Stonehenge looking area here. And the president has to stand on the central pillar. There's a hole in the middle of the Stonehenge area there. And if the president can get up to the top, that is a capture.
Over there, over there.
Yeah, that's one of my teammates.
What is that?
It looks like the bodyguards maybe killed the president.
Bodyguard.
Because both the assassins are here. Where's the respawn? There we go.
What's a respawn?
A health respawn, huh?
Oh yeah, health respawn.
I get my health back. So, yep. And so this is like an escort mission kind of map. This is one of... Okay, Collins sniped Hwguy. All right, cool. This is... You can see just how primitive the map design is here. Later iterations of this concept had, much better graphics, but one really neat feature... dang it. It's all in. One really neat feature about this is that the terrain actually has sniper blinds in it, which is terrain that you can walk into and be hidden and shoot from it. Red, you're supposed to protect blue. Don't kill blue. He's on your team. You're on the same team, blue and red. Do not kill each other.
What?
Do not kill each other.
What just happened?
I got teleported out because the snipers can't go into the base.
How come?
Alright, so Hwguy, go ahead and try to...
Dad, try to go inside again. I want to see you get teleported.
Got him. So where's the red people? User 2 and Jonah?
How are you saying that red and blue are on the same team?
Red is the bodyguards, blue is the president.
And yet red and blue are just attacking each other.
Yeah, they don't know what's happening. So.
Why are you killing the bodyguard?
I didn't. Jonah killed his teammate, it looks like.
Why?
Good question.
Then who's the enemy? What? So yellow's the enemy color? And who's the blue? Are you playing
Blue's
as an
the
assassin?
president. I am playing as the assassin. The color is not very visible. What color?
Dad, I know a smart idea. You could go on. I know how you can make the president never win.
How's that?
You stand on the place where the president's supposed to stand, and when the president gets near, you be like, shoot, shoot, shoot.
Well, the bodyguards are supposed to be killing the assassins, right?
Who's jumping?
I don't know.
And what? What?
Lave is dodging. There we go.
Dodging bodyguards.
He's dodging two different snipers shooting at him. The bodyguards
What
don't
are
seem to
these
be.
black areas?
This is a sniper blind, so you can hide inside of it. Trouble is you don't have great line of sight in your side of here. So it's usually better to be out in the open if the bodyguards aren't doing anything, which is the case here. Ah, missed.
Kill him!
Got him.
You can take his supplies.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what user 2 is
Someone
doing.
lost their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, you're at 11 armor. Dad, you're at 11 armor.
Uh-huh.
Why are you at 11 armor?
'Cause I spent like $9,000 on upgrading my sniper rifle to be like the ultimate sniper rifle. I have no health and very low speed.
Why did you make it the ultimate sniper rifle?
Well, the goal is to be able to kill people. I'm weak enough that
What color is the president?
the president's blue.
So that's the president right there?
Dang. Yeah. Oh. He's bouncing. He's going for it. I missed. I got him. I got him. Phew. That was close. If only he had his bodyguards with him. Alright, Dolan, let's see, who are we missing on the server right now? Alright. So we're missing Dolan, tab friend, Stafford, and Ramos. Who is user 2? I can't play the game. My view is messed up. I can't play the game. I see it, Span. I see it. I don't have to keep pasting it. What do you mean your view is messed up? Like you're zoomed in or zoomed out or something like that? Yeah, so hit Q and E. That one of those is zoom in, the other one is zoom out. Type Q or E. I think E is set to zoom in and Q is set to zoom out. Bounce over the killer slime. Oh.
Dad, go on to the rising pedestal.
No, we can get some armor.
What's the redstone? And what is the circle?
got him. Phew, that was close.
Dad, just go into the pedestal.
Hmm?
Just go onto the rising thing.
When I choose my role, it drops me in a hole and I can't find my way out.
What was the one?
That was the invisibility wearing off. So span when you hit Q and E, does that fix the zooming problem?
Is he walking in place?
I'm not really sure why I said Q and E to be zoom in and zoom out.
Dad, the
It's not
body has a
standard.
bug on it. Dad, there's a bug. Dad, the body, the red guard's body is a bug and it's stuck inside the wall.
Yeah.
And it's turning.
On here?
Well, there was one that was like turning and it was stuck inside the wall.
Alright, now Lave's got to navigate the sniper gauntlet. Alright, do you guys want to try switching up the teams? Alright, let's try starting over.
Dad, what's the most popular thing to be in this game?
I mean, everybody wants
Part of the game.
to try being the
Assassin.
president.
How come?
Map. Hunt 2000, is that? Let's see if that.
How come everybody wants to be the president?
Because you're the lead character. Is this it's a little bit-
Strange. That's because when I won,
guess it's the same.
when I tried
idea.
being an assassin, all of those places for an assassin were already taken up.
No, I don't know this map very well. Looks like it's a little more complicated.
Looks fine to me.
Looks fine to you.
It's very detailed.
Got some like Black Mesa art on here. Graphics are a little bit better. You can still see it's flat lit. See how there's like no lighting on this stuff. Very
Should I
very
press
basic.
1, 2, 3?
One is taken. Okay. This will play as a demo man.
That's the demo man. That's the demo man.
They're demolitions people. They can place traps. Let's see which way.
your armor do?
Means you don't have any armor.
Sorry, what does armor do?
It protects you from being killed. Red armor absorbs, I think, 90% of the damage.
What?
Yellow armor absorbs 60% of all the damage.
Wait, what?
It absorbs damage that would otherwise...
No, what absorbs damage?
The armor. You were asking about armor.
Okay. It reduces the damage by how much?
Red armor reduces damage you take by 90%. The armor...
You said red armor.
Yeah, I have yellow armor in.
Is red armor the best?
It is.
What's the worst?
Green.
How come?
Green armor absorbs only 30% of the damage.
You say only 30%? Then how come you have to have so many layers of armor?
There's someone swimming. Red armor give you? Bad armor, the green armor will absorb 30% of all damage.
No, I said red armor. I said red armor.
Red armor absorbs 90%.
That's good. So you can choose which armor you get?
No, it's based on your class.
So everybody will want to be on Team Red.
Team Red's probably pretty fun.
Does each team have their own special thing?
They got different classes they can play as, yeah, sure.
No, like, do they have their own special thing? Like, they have a special item or special ability?
Different classes.
Is all the difference they have is just different classes? Or do they have, like, different abilities?
All the classes are the same.
Okay, is there any different about the different classes?
The classes are different, yeah. The teams are the same. Or the classes are the same on the different teams. Where's the president? I don't know. Oh, damn it. Yeah, basically, president, you just need to find this main quarter.
It's funny how you're just collecting armor while you're dying.
Yep.
You're like, I'm
There he
in
is.
armor. And wait, no.
The president's in the sewer system.
Armor.
I don't think your bodyguards are protecting you too well, dude.
You probably should have added in something like... Yeah, never mind. If you add that in, it'll probably be too good. I think it would be nice if you added in,
I love how they let the president scout for them. Stick your head around the corner, President. See what happens. Would be nice.
Like a song made something like, what is that, what is those, like, those little, eight...
Hey, I got a medic! Medic. Heal me, medic.
Huh? What did those medical boxes do? What did these aid boxes do?
Heal you. Ah! Almost got to the end that time.
Dad, you know what would be nice? If people made, like, you put in the game decoys and like you can send out someone who looks like the president.
Yeah, they do have decoys in the game actually.
Something else that would be nice if
What would be nice? Yeah, Jonah, you should probably switch teams. Go ahead and reconnect and let somebody else play as president.
How come? How come?
Type reconnect. Alright, now Red, you're gonna have to protect me.
Oh, that is.
I am the president now.
No, another thing. It'd be nice if you could, and I think
User 2 and User 6, please change your names. Ah, frick.
The medic is not on your side.
No. I was squished to death. Seriously.
I squished.
The door crushed me.
You know, it'd be nice if, like, if there was something that isn't...
Who's user 2?
Are you going to stab that guy? Are you going to stab that guy?
Got him.
Yeah, you know it would be nice. Do you know it would be nice if, like, if the bodyguard actually...
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, you know it would be nice if the,
Yeah.
It would be nice if you could do something like, if the bodyguard accidentally or intentionally kills the president, the game won't end. The enemy have won, but there's another goal for the other bodyguards. Kill the person who killed the president.
Why are there 3 assassins and 2 bodyguards?
Because nobody wants to guard you.
Apparently. And one of my players is just sitting there AFK, whoever user 2 is.
What is the ventilation used for? Is the ventilation used for something? Oh! Is that a monster? How do you get monsters?
You have to kill people with a knife.
So
Damn it!
the doctor seemed to be evil.
The doctor's doing good. I have to do it myself.
How come?
I don't know.
All your bodyguards are dead? I need to know. What's the secret area?
The secret area. Let's see here. And that's how it's done, my peoples. That's how it's done. How do you change your name? From the console, go there and type name. Seriously, dude. Don't shoot me, I'm on your team. There we go, survived again. Oh shoot. They got a shambler in the capture zone. You can kill him. Yeah, as you take out that shambler, I can't cap. The yellow guy is killing his own shambler. That's amazing. I snuck past. Alright, go get him, Lave. Do me proud. Yellow tried escaping. That's funny. Yeah, no, Shamblers are the top tier summons for a Warlock. So you need to put a lot of damage into those guys to kill him.
It looks like the it looks like the doctor. How he was swinging his sword made him look like he was using nunchucks.
Escaped.
What?
How did this class get down to only 6 people? I don't know. Apparently math is scary. Who knows? Alright, Ada, go try to escape. Going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way still. You're still going the wrong way. This is the starting point, girl. Okay. Alright. That way. There you go. No, no.
Why is there a floating head right there?
Just ignore the head, girl. Come.
Dude.
Try to escape.
Dad? It's like in Skyrim. When you find floating things everywhere.
It's for the red team. You can't use it.
No, why?
Okay, there's a secret passage that way if you want to go up into it. Use the grappling hook, or you can run forward and do that. You gotta use the grappling hook. So, you just throw a grenade in there. Here, hit 1 to switch to the grappling hook, then click on the sky up there, and hold down. Click and hold down. Here you go. I'll pull you up into there. Go this way. Go in that way.
Have you tried?
Then look up, and click up there. Click, and hit the
What if
ceiling.
you do?
Hit it, click, and hold down. And wherever you hit, that's what you stick to. There you go. And then, there you go. Now hit E to go invisible. Or actually, that way works too. Okay, now you're invisible, so the shambler won't target you because you're invisible. Now the capture zone's that way. There. So just very quietly walk past the shambler. And no.
Who's a
No, yeah, you got past. Okay, good.
Who's a shambler?
Just ignore it. Don't worry. Go this way. Nope. Ignore. Don't attack anything. Nope. You're now visible. It'll kill you. Hide. 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 Kill the guy that's about to backstab you. Nope. He backstabbed you.
Okay. Good luck, Mr. President. Wait, have you ever tried grappling the ceiling? Wait. No, wait. Turn E, invisible. How if you attack anything, you'll stop being invisible.
Hiding in shadows only works if you're not moving.
If you're not moving.
Or attacking. Yeah, if you attack, it'll reveal you. Lobby just dropped. You reconnected? No. Yeah, we're watching. We're observing. We're observing their defenses. See, he's hiding back that way. He's waiting for us to come past.
Okay, then let's go the other way.
No, here he comes. Here he comes. He's coming towards us. He's coming towards us.
Shoot him!
Now, okay, no. Yeah, now if our teammates can distract him enough, we should be able to get by.
Yeah, just go back to the other way.
No. This is the only way. This is the only way. We need, if they can kill Jonah. There we go. Now we can make a move.
That evil. The way the healer is swinging the sword made him look like he was using nunchucks. Wait. Dad, grapple.
How do you drop health packs as a medic? You hit people with your healing axe. So if you're a medic, if you hit somebody on your team with your axe, then it will heal them.
The medic is evil.
Got him.
The medic is evil.
Oh no. No.
Yes. Can I no?
Dang it! I got knocked into the air with this shambler killed me. I took out the medic though.
The next time you die, can I try something?
Yeah, sure.
One.
So we're supposed to wait for our teammates to kind of provide some cover for us. So he's up there.
Dad, he's swinging his knife.
He's probably healing the shambler.
He's an evil. Can we shoot the monster?
No.
How come?
There is no feasible circumstance with which we can kill that monster.
What?
We're the president. We're the weakest person in the game.
Are you invisible?
I am invisible.
That's why nobody is attacking you.
Hide. Blocked it. Yes, blocked it with the. Oh, no! I caught on the lip there. Oh, I blocked the first one though. All right, go for it. What are you doing, bro?
This is my secret.
Why are you reconnecting, Lava? You don't need to reconnect if you want to restart.
This is my secret way to.
Okay.
Dad, this is how you trick people.
Mm-hmm. All right. Here. Mine. You're just messing around.
No, that's what I wanted to do.
Yes, you could fake people out and make them think that the president is not there.
Make sure to look up at your ceilings, okay? I'm good. How come the monster isn't attacking you?
Because I'm invisible. Oh, so close. So close. Alright. That's it for now. So quit out. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Why did you keep reconnecting, Levy? Change classes. Yeah, you don't have to reconnect to change classes. F1, custom. If you type custom, you can build a custom class, or you can go to the console and type change class, and it'll change your class too. All right. Let's quit out. Let's see if anyone joined in off the. All right.
What is the name of the game you just played?
The name of that game is Custom Team Fortress. Yeah, so how did the class get down to 6 people? I don't know, man. Like, how many, like, maybe people have priorities and they think that games aren't as important as physics or something. But to me, it's like, do you get to play games in your physics class? Like, come on. Like, seriously. I don't know. It seems like there's not a whole lot of classes that get you to play games and call it an assignment. All right, your group is very understaffed. If you need, you can redo your groups.
Oh, sorry.
But it could just be quarantine. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so let's. There's a couple big points in QuakeC that we need to talk about, and then after today, you probably have enough to be able to do pretty much anything in it. Last time we talked about find radius, how to do a timer, how to have something either happen in the future or happen periodically in the future. But we haven't done Traceline yet, and we have not done. Well, let's start with Traceline. Okay. So if we go into the source code directory, right click, and go on to open with code. Traceline is how you draw an invisible line through the world and see the first thing that gets hit. All right, oops. Go read. Yeah, you can watch your class. I need full faculty. All right. So the function is called Traceline. And in Unreal Engine, it's called line trace. It's backwards, I think, whatever. So you can see how often Traceline is used in the code. It's used in a lot of places. So, for example, is this the ID code? Team Fortress ID, yeah. And so Team Fortress ID is how you ID people. If you mouse wheel up, it'll ID somebody. And so if you want to ID somebody, what it does, it draws an invisible line through the world to see the first person you hit. And if you hit a person, then it displays their name and their class. So we start off by saying the point we're going to start at is our location plus the direction we're looking plus 10 units. So a little bit in front of us. So it doesn't hit us, right? So do you guys understand like why I say that like the linear algebra is so important? Like if you want to do game development, like you kind of have to have to know it. Like, this is a point in space. The center of me, I think in Quake, your center is like your torso, basically. And in Unreal Engine, oftentimes your origin is your foot. Kind of depends on which system you're using. It doesn't matter which one you use, you just have to be consistent. And when you import from one system to another, you have to oftentimes adjust. But anyhow, so do you guys understand what this code here is doing? The forward vector is the direction I'm looking. And that will include if I'm looking up a little bit, if I'm looking down a little bit. I don't think in Quake you can look straight up. There's weird camera problems that take place when you can look straight up. You'll end up looking straight up and it'll spin around like this. It gets really weird. So usually a lot of games cap how far upwards and how far downwards you can look. And even worse, if you look all the way upside down and you turn left, you turn right instead because the way the camera spins. So games very rarely allow you to do full looking up and down. They usually constrain it at a certain angle. You've looked straight up in Quake? Yeah, okay. But you can't look over your head backwards. So, the point the line is going to start at is my center origin plus the direction I'm looking times 10. So 10 units, I don't know if they're centimeters or not. Let's say it's centimeters. So 10 centimeters in front of my chest. That is a point. So do you guys understand how that linear algebra works? If you take a point and add another, if you add two vectors together, just the x's add, the y's add, the z's add. And so this is code to say, give me a point 10 units in front of me. Doesn't matter which way I'm looking. If I'm looking this way, looking that way, it'll be 10 units in front of me in whichever direction I'm looking. You guys get this? Like, math-wise? Math is important. I don't think it's too scary. Just, for v forward times 10, forward is a unit vector. It's always a unit vector in the direction you're looking. So length 1 vector. Multiply by 10, it's now looking in the same direction, but a length of 10. And so if you take my origin, add 10 in that direction to it, that's a new position in world space that is 10 units in front of the direction I'm looking. And you can almost read it like English, right? Take my origin, add 10 units in the direction I'm looking. Okay, so that's a little bit in front of me. The Z, so in QuakeC, there's this kind of weirdness where you access, if you have a vector is three floats in one. What's up? Yeah, play Skyrim. So.
I was going to do
Valheim later? Okay, then watch TV. Okay. So in QuakeC, there's only 4 types on my head. There's float. There's no ints. There's just floats. But the way they work is the floats work like ints as long as they're small numbers. They don't have rounding issues. Vectors, which are 3 floats, X, Y, and Z. Strings, which are strings of characters. And entities, which are actors that are in the world. And an entity is actually just an integer under the hood. There's just an array. Inside the engine, there's just an array of size, I think 512. And every entity is just so when you have an entity, it's just an int, and it's just the index into that array. The map is entity 0. So that's the type system in QuakeC. It's pretty simple. And the only weird thing is if you have a vector, you can set vectors like this. I could say source is equal to, I could do this, and that will set the vector to have an x component of 0, a y component of 0, and a z component of 0. Or I could say source underscore x is equal to 0, source underscore y equals 0. I could do it the long way as well. And underscore y means the x component, the y component, and the z component. It's a weird system, but there you go. So this is setting the z component of it to my minimum z plus my maximum z times 0.7. And so what it's doing is putting the origin not at halfway up, but 70% up. Maybe the origin is at the feet then. I don't know. But rather than being at midpoint, it's going to be 70% up. So it's going to be at wherever my feet are plus my height. This is my height. That's my location of my feet times 0.7. So it's 70% up. So it's going to emanate from like my upper chest. Okay. If somebody hits the ID command, it will trace 2,000 units forward in the game. And if it's an like if the game engine, sometimes the game engine will do scanning for you automatically. If you have certain items, it'll tell you like auto ID, stuff like that. So you just have to look at somebody and it'll ID them for you. That one will go 1,000 units forward. So fairly decent range, but if they hit it manually, it's a much longer range. So you can ID somebody on the other side of the map. If you're just using the auto ID system, it'll only ID people within a couple rooms of you. And so Traceline is how you draw an invisible line through the world, starting at source. So that is the origin the line is going to start at, right in front of me. Source plus forward. Forward is the unit vector pointing in the direction I'm looking, times 2,048 units. So it's going to be my origin plus the direction I'm looking times 2k. So that's the ending point. Starting point's here, ending point's over there. It draws an invisible line through it. It will contact literally everything in the game. Here it's only contacting solid things. I'm not sure why that was changed. I don't know. And it ignores myself. So if the line hits me, it'll ignore it. And so Traceline, that's it. It does, you might be like, it didn't return anything. Yeah, it didn't return anything. It's because QuakeC uses a lot of globals. And so when you call a function like Traceline, if you call a function like find radius, radius search, whatever, it will set a global. And so there's just some globals for these things. In this case, trace entity is the global that is set. And so trace entity is the first actor in the world that was hit by the trace line. And we say if they're not a teammate and they're a player and they're a thief, return. So if you try IDing an enemy thief, it doesn't display anything. The reason for that is because people they were buying auto ID and then just like looking around at empty space. Because when thieves are moving, you see just their eyes moving around. When they stop moving for 3 seconds, even the eye vanishes. They go completely invisible. And so people were finding them by buying auto ID, which is a $25 purchase. It's very cheap. And just looking around and like, boop, oh, Jonah's right there, and then go over and kill him. So if the person is not a teammate and they're a player and they're a thief, then it just returns. It doesn't display any name on them. You can't get the name of an enemy thief. If you have auto ID on and you have a menu up, so there's a variable called current menu, like when you're flipping through the different options of things, if you have a menu open and you try printing things on the screen, they'll flash back and forth. So that just stops that from happening. So now it's going to do the ID. So if traceInt is not the world and its origin is not equal to the world's origin, I don't know, that seems redundant. Then if you're looking at a corpse, then it will print the name of the corpse. Otherwise, if it's a monster corpse, it'll say what the corpse of the monster is. If it's a flag or something like that, it'll print the name of the flag. Like, this is your flag. This is the enemy flag. If it's a rune, it prints the name of the rune. If it's a player, here's the main code. So if this trace line hits a player and they're not dead, if their health is over 0, then it will get their name, it'll get their job, it'll get their class name. It figures out if you're a medic, then it will actually print their health as well. So medics can look at their teammates and see how much health they have, which is useful. So you look around, you're like, oh, that guy's about to die. You can run over and heal him. If you are an engineer, then it will tell you how much armor they have, because engineers can heal armor on teammates. Kind of like in Overwatch, how Torbjorn can drop armor packs, or at least he used to. I think they redid that. So like Mercy could heal people's health, and Torbjorn could restore armor. Same idea. So if you have that here, when you look at somebody, it'll tell you how much health and armor they have, if you have the appropriate healing abilities. If it's an enemy spy, it doesn't show anything. If they're playing dead, it doesn't show that they're playing dead. It just returns. If they are a spy, then it will find it'll come up with a fake name on the enemy team. So if you try IDing me and Lave's on your team, it'll say, "Oh, that's Lave," or "That's Jonah," or something. Anyway, so you can look at how all this stuff works, but the let's look at a weapon. Actually, I'll go over one more trace line. Weapons. Yeah, so there's a lot of hit scan weapons. We call them hit scan weapons when you click and they just hit. They don't throw a projectile out. Even things like the dagger and the axe and the spanner, they're all hit scan weapons too. They're just a very short range hit scan weapon. So if you are trying to hit somebody with a wrench, then it does a trace line, and it goes from yourself up a little bit. Again, so the weapon is kind of coming out of here instead of in your belly. So it's coming out of that towards the direction you're looking, 96 units. So that's, or 64 units if you don't have an upgrade. And so that's melee range. So 64 units is like this big in the game. Okay. It will hit any solid object and it will ignore yourself. And so even though it's starting from within your belly, because you said ignore myself, the trace line will just come right out of your chest, or out of your upper chest, I guess. 64 units forward, and see if it hit anything. Okay. If you hit a force field with a metal wrench, you die. you die badly. You take damage equal to your health plus 50. So it kills you. It kills you dead, ignoring your armor. You explode if you hit a force field with your wrench. It electrocutes you. Which is kind of funny. Let's see. Yeah, the spanners may be a little bit more complicated than we need to worry about. Here's a bullet. Okay, here's how bullets work. So it does a trace line from the starting to the ending. Oh, that's kind of boring. Let's see where this is. Control-Shift-F. So there's a lot of weapons that fire bullets, even the axe, right? Because it's just a hit scan, right? And so it's starting at my location, heading in the direction I'm looking, plus 64. You can get an upgrade called Close Combat that increases the range of your melee attack, so you can hit from a little bit further away. It's very useful if you're doing a melee build, and that increases your range by 50%. Okay, so firing the axe, and there's a global called Trace Fraction. Trace Fraction says how far along the line did it go until it hit something. And so you can use this for like bullet fall off. So you can have bullets do full damage up to a certain range and then have fall off past that point. So you can say if the trace fraction is greater than 0.05, then reduce the damage accordingly or something like that. Trace fraction of 1 means it got to the end of the line and did not hit anything. So if we swing and miss, the trace fraction is set to 1. We didn't hit anything. Return. If the person we hit, if we did hit something, trace entity is set to the person we hit. So if they are capable of taking damage, sometimes they're invulnerable. If they're capable of taking damage, we set a variable on them saying, you've been hit by an axe. And I don't know what that's used for, actually, to be honest. If you do not have the knife, or the person you hit is not a player, then you just do standard axe damage to them. You do 40 damage with the axe. I bumped it up from 30, so the axe is a little more interesting. If you do have the knife, then it will do a dot product. Or is it a cross product? Let's see. Let's find out. It does cross product. It's so weird. Should be using dot product, honestly. Only give blood if you okay. All right, so we look at the direction they're going. So we look at the direction they're going, and we get the right vector. So they use the right vector, and then they cross product it with the right vector. It's like, just use dot product, dude. I didn't write this code. This is the Team Fortress people writing this on Australia in the mid-90s. Maybe they didn't have dot product back then. I don't know. So they take the right vector and cross product it with the right vector to get a dot product. I don't know. Okay. So if their right vector cross-producted with our forward vector is greater than 0, that means we are looking in the same direction. Remember how in math time we talked about dot product? They did a really bizarre dot product. I don't know. So they do a dot product, and if the value is greater than 0, then is there dot product? There's got to be dot product. They don't have dot product. It's got to be dot product, right? Yeah, there's dot product. Yeah, right? Yeah, just multiply two vectors. That's dot product. Yeah, weird choice. Okay. So if we're looking in the same direction at all, it's a 90. That's a pretty expansive backstab radius, right? If you're just looking in the same direction at all, with a 90-degree arc in both directions, 180 degrees, you can backstab them in. Then it does backstab damage. It throws meat into the air, and it damages them for 100 points of damage, bypassing armor. So if you have the knife, you bypass armor with a backstab. So even if they have red armor, which normally absorbs 90% of all damage taken, with a backstab, you bypass it. You go in through a crack in the a gap in the armor. You hit them for 100 damage. It's enough to one-shot kill most people. If people buy extra health, then you have to hit them twice, and that's enough to kill anybody in the game if you hit them twice. You attack pretty fast with the knife, so it's usually doable. Okay, and it does melee damage. If you don't have the knife, then it just does 60 damage. Or no, sorry. If it's not a backstab, then you do 60 damage with the knife. The axe does 40, the knife does 60, and if you backstab, it does 100, bypassing armor. That's the function you use to do damage to people. So that's the person we're damaging. We're the person doing the damaging. That's the owner to give credit. Like if the rocket hits somebody, you say, my owner is getting credit for the kill if it gets a kill. This is the object doing the damaging. This is the person who gets credit for the kill. How much damage, and then you can pass in various flags like don't do team damage or something like that. And you pass in a type of damage. Is it fire? Is it shock? Is it melee? And that's used for different purposes. Like a pyro takes half damage from fire. Then it plays a sound. That's how you play sound. And this makes a little plink thing at the location it was hit. And that's how you do a hit scan weapon. So hit scan weapons, again, you do a Traceline. And you use this function just to simplify your code, but it's basically the same thing as this. It just is a little bit simpler to write. Bullet Traceline is the same thing as this Traceline here. So you do Traceline, starting position, any position. Did it hit something? You can tell that with this. If it didn't hit anything, miss. Otherwise, we hit something. Trace int is the person we hit. And if they're capable of taking damage, the world's not. If you try damaging the world, it crashes the server. Don't try to damage the world. Ooh, I disconnected on OBS. Oof. It's rough. Okay. And then you damage them with this function here. So I'll put up a summary of those functions and give you guys another little quiz on it just to make sure you know what tools are at your disposal. Once you know what tools are at your disposal, then you can basically just find people that find code that have done something similar to it. You're going to copy and paste it. Okay. So don't destroy the world. If you try killing the world, the game will terminate. So your code's bad. You try damaging the world. So that's why you have a lot of protections against those things. And that's basically it. And so all the code to, if you want to look at a shotgun, here is the fire bullets function. And the fire bullets function will actually fire multiple bullets at the same time, so you can have a spray of bullets, right? And so it figures out which direction we're looking, figures out the origin of the trace line. Again, it's 70% of the way up. It figures out spread. So different weapons have different spread and accuracy. And you can buy upgrades that will increase your spread to have a wider cone, or you can buy upgrades that have a narrower cone and be more precise. If you're firing the assault cannon or the light assault cannon, then It does that. Otherwise, it does that. What's the difference here? Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. I refactored because the assault cannon was only showing bullets striking straight ahead, so people thought the light assault cannon was super accurate because the only place puffs of smoke would appear is directly under your crosshair. And so what I did was I refactored it a little bit so you could actually see puffs coming from all the places the bullets are actually hitting. Bullet trace line. There's our code again. It does a trace line. Did it hit somebody? Let's find out. Did it hit somebody? Okay. If it hits somebody, remember this function here works for all these different kinds of weapons. I tend to simplify code a lot. And so this will handle the AS cannon, the light assault cannon, the shotguns. And so if we're firing the assault cannon, let's see. The damage is AS cannon damage. Otherwise, if we're firing the light assault, we do light assault cannon damage. Otherwise, we do shotgun damage. And this will damage the person we hit. And we do this shot count times. If we put 20 shots in there, it'll repeatedly shoot 20 bullets. Okay. So, yeah. That's a Traceline weapon, or a hit scan weapon. Trace lines are used everywhere. Trace line from this spot to this spot, only intersecting with the world, essentially. Or no, only, let's see, BSP only, ignoring the world. I see. Cross contents, trace fraction. Yeah, so this is using for visibility. So we have AI in the game. And the AI will see if it can see a player. Things like that. So we use a trace line. We draw a line and see if there's a line of sight to the player. What is this code here? This is AI run. So when the AI is running around, it will draw a line from the monster's eyes to the enemy's eyes, blocked by anything. If it hit the enemy, that means it could see the enemy. So like AI does trace lines. And so you can block enemies from being able to see you if you like put your eyes behind a wall or something like that, then it can't see you. Even though your body's exposed, if you just go like this. It's like peekaboo with a baby. If you cover your eyes up. Right? So trace lines are used everywhere. You want to fire the sniper rifle, trace line from the source of the sniper rifle towards the endpoint, contact any solid thing, ignoring yourself. Did we hit? If we hit something, then if that something's a player, we do one thing. Is it a monster? Do we have a... Nope, no code for the monster. Interesting. Yeah, so if we hit a... Let's see. It's got to be code in here for the monster somewhere. But if we hit a player... then we headshot them if we hit their head, and we leg shot them if we hit their leg. I disconnected and reconnected. You guys can see me now, though, right? So if we hit somebody and they're a player, then it does some vector math, and it figures out, is it a leg shot, then do less damage but cripple them. If it's a headshot, then do 50% extra damage. Otherwise, just do regular damage. So snipers can leg shot people to slow them down, and they can headshot people to kill them. Okay. And so it's actually sometimes beneficial to leg shot people. Like if it's a big open map, you just keep shooting their legs, and then they're like crawling through the map, because if you kill somebody, they respawn, right? So oftentimes it's nice to just cripple them and just leave, and then they're like, if a meta comes by and heals them, it'll heal them. They get a armor or health respawn, not just a health respawn. It'll heal them, but otherwise they're just like moving at slow motion through the map, which is oftentimes better than killing them. Right? So. Still don't see me? Are you watching on YouTube or are you watching on Discord? How about now? All right, so I'm on YouTube Live, yeah. I'm streaming on YouTube also. Okay, so I don't know what you guys missed, but basically, yeah, the upshot is trace lines are everywhere. That's how you do hit scan weapons. Starting position, ending position. You can choose what kinds of things to contact and what to ignore. And so for a sniper has special rules for headshots and leg shots. So if the trace entity is not the world, that's what that means. World is 0, 0 is false. So that means if the trace entity we hit is not the world, and the person we hit is a player, then it does some vector math to figure out how high up on the person we hit. And if we hit their legs, then we do less damage, but we increase their leg damage. And so leg damage will slow their movement. And if we hit them in the head, then we do 50% more damage and prints a message to them as well. So this is how you print messages to people. sprint will print a string to any person on the server. So if you want to print a message to somebody, this is the person who got shot. The person who got shot is trace entity. It'll print at medium priority, I think. You can filter messages if you want. And it prints at head injury. That was OTR stuff. If you have the upgraded bullets. Otherwise, you just print head injury. Okay. And so if they're still alive, it'll print it. If they die, then or no, either way. If you headshot them, then it prints to you, you. It'll print headshot. That's gotta hurt. So every time you headshot somebody, it'll tell you, so you know if you headshot them or not. But the person, if they survived, it'll print a message to them saying they survived, but with a headshot. Same thing, like if you want to tell somebody they've been damaged, their legs are damaged, it'll print to them, leg injury, and it'll print to you, the sniper, that you leg shotted them. And it'll tell you how much they got slowed down by. F2S is float to string, if you want to convert from a float to a string. Yep. Yeah, there is a delay on YouTube, I think. All right. Then, find. That's really useful too. So that will find, starting the world, which you usually do. That's what you're searching for, their name. You're searching for everything in the world that has been named sniper dot. And so when you hold down the click, there's a sniper dot that appears in the world. And when you release it, you need to get rid of the dot, right? And so this is going to find everything in the world named sniper dot. And so this is how you, again, it returns a linked list. Kind of. So while site, in other words, while there's more sites to look at, because it's going to actually return everybody's sniper dot. So if there's 8 snipers in the world, this function is going to go through 8 of them to find yours. And so if the owner is you, we delete it. If not, we move on and check out the next one. So it's going to go through all the sniper dots in the world. Any of them that we own, which should just be 1, it will remove it. Okay. And so the way that find works is that if you don't pass in world, then it starts searching from the last location. So if you were on entity 200, it'll search from entity 200 to the end. If you find another one at entity 300, then you resume at 300. And so it searches just through this array of all the entities in the world. If the trace fraction is not equal to 1, then we missed. And it'll do a little puff. No, if it did hit something. If it did hit something, then it will do a puff at that location. So that's the sniper rifle. So hit scan. Yeah, so basically what I would recommend is, like, if you guys want to add a new weapon or just tear out one of the old weapons and put a new weapon in, that's a suitable mod. If you have multiple people in your group, each person will need to do something. So, you know, just look at existing stuff and change it, is my advice. Last year we had some pretty cool mods, but I would start off by the very most basic mod is going to be going into defs.qc. The very most basic mod is going to be going to defs.qc. And inside of here are all of the different constants for the world. And let's see if we can find. Right, so how long it takes to reload different weapons, how many shots you get per clip, how much damage things do, all these different things. I would just go in there, how much you heal when you hit somebody, the size of a det pack explosion, like all these things can be changed. And I would just go in there and make the det pack bigger, smaller, more rockets, less rockets per clip, I don't know. And just change that, make it, relaunch the server, see if your mod works. Start off with something simple like that, and then I'd maybe move into like modifying one of the weapons. So maybe changing the laser gun or something like that, right? Okay. You guys understand? So I'll put up another quiz on this, just asking what these different functions do. I'll put up a little study guide or something for you. Yeah, just try it out. It's a giant code base. You know, you've got hundreds of thousands of lines of code, and so you need to start small and just make a very small change and compile it and run it and see if the change appeared in the world, and you know, get bigger at it. And once you start understanding these, how like a single weapon works, then you start understanding other aspects of how game development works as well, which is why we're doing this, right? Like find all objects by class. That's a node in Unreal Engine. Traceline is called line trace in Unreal Engine, right? Find radius. Like all these things we're doing in the idTech 1 engine, there's equivalents to that in Unreal Engine, but you don't have to start from scratch. You don't have to start from a boring template. This is actually a full game, and it'll give you experience like making changes and working with an actual game that has lots of, you know, it's got summoning if you want to summon a monster like the medic was doing in that Hunted game. There's summonses, you know, and you can just see how everything works. It's all the source code's available, you know. And if you want to see how the engine works, the engine source code's available. So it will kind of teach you what a real complete project looks like from the inside. And you have the benefit of having a professor that actually knows the source code pretty well and can answer your questions about it and stuff like that. So if you were to turn me loose on like the Total Warfare, you know, Three Kingdoms game, like, you know, can't help you. You can mod it if you want, but I know the source code pretty well. So getting experience modding is usually what I would recommend doing first, prior to like just trying to write, because like, how do you even build all this stuff? You know, like how do you architect it? How do you design it? It's a really tough question. And so it helps if you see how other people architected all these different components and how they work and stuff like that. It'll give you ideas and inspiration for when you do it yourself. Okay. So before next class, I'm just going to put up a little quiz again on the stuff that I talked about today. All this is up on YouTube, and I always post the recordings on Canvas as well. And yeah, and the reason why we're playing Quake is not only because it's fun, but you know, like today you saw that there were summons, and so you're like, oh, you can summon things in the game. I would like to make a new summons. You know, I would like to make a fairy that follows you around and heals you or something. I don't know, like in Zelda, right? Pop a fairy out of the bottle, the fairies, that would be kind of fun, That would actually be a neat mod. You pop a fairy out, the fairy follows you around for 30 seconds, healing you like Mercy, and then it flies off or something. That's it. Any questions, guys? 6 of you that are remaining. My diligent students. The survivors of the most difficult class ever game development. We're from 15 down to 6. It's like, I think I'm like, have you guys do integrals or something? I don't know. And Collins isn't even in it. He's in 50B. Yeah. All right. That's it for today, guys. Thank you very much. And I will see you next time.